Welcome to This Week in Colorado Soccer, another at-home edition. My name is Danny Sanchez, joined today by Craig Alston, the newest member of the University of Colorado women's soccer staff, our new volunteer coach. Craig, welcome to the big show.
Thanks for having me, Danny. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. Well, we want to introduce you to everybody out there. Obviously, you worked with us a little bit in the spring, but until we got shut down. But let's track back to the young Craig Alston growing up. I'm guessing that accent is somewhere in an island, somewhere off of Europe. Tell us a little bit about your background in soccer and kind of as you got up to university and so forth.
Yeah, so originally, obviously, I grew up in England. I grew up in Northern England, so not London, like most Americans I meet for the first time assume. I think most of us are from London. But yeah, I'm from a small town in Northern England. Grew up there all the way through to college. Obviously, as a kid in England, you grow up playing soccer. That's pretty much your life. Played for the local club from as young as I can remember. My dad was actually my coach until about 12 or 13. He might be watching this, so he can probably clarify that. He remembers every game and every story. But by about 13, I think it was probably time for us to separate. And then I had different coaches from there. Up until probably 12 or 13 as well, I was more of a outfield player. I played centre-back mostly. And then probably when I got to just before high school age here, so 14, 15, I realized I was probably a better goalkeeper. Start of 14, 15 years old through to college. I pretty much played in goal full stop. And then now as a, 31-year-old, I try not to play in goal when I don't have to because my body doesn't seem to enjoy it anymore.
Yeah, we threw you in there one time this spring and you did a good job, but Carrie and the rest of the medical staff was running out of space in the training room for you the next day. So obviously you finished school and somehow like every person in England that's a soccer, you came to impart all your wisdom on us Americans. Talk a little bit about kind of your journey over here and how you got started.
When I was 18, I moved to the University of Leeds Metropolitan, and I played the first year there and then decided that playing, it just wasn't for me anymore. I started coaching quite a bit my first year. And in my first year of college, I spent pretty much every night and weekend coaching sports, not just soccer, all sports. Paid me better money than working in a bar or restaurant. And then that way I was able to still have some social time. And then in the summer of 2009, which would have been my second year at college, at the university, a company called Challenger Sports, who I actually still do work for now, advertised potential jobs in the US. So I was like, yeah, I'll go to the presentation and see what it's all about. I didn't really have a summer plan. And then literally that was probably 2 months before the summer due to start. I ended up on a plane and landed in Baltimore, Maryland, the first summer in 2009. Baltimore didn't scare me off. I traveled all over the East Coast in 2009, working on camps all over for Challenger. And then the second year, I was late in applying, so they couldn't send me back to the East Coast. So that's how I ended up in Colorado. And I actually was possibly going to drop out because I didn't know where Denver was. I didn't know anybody here. All my friends went back to the East Coast. I nearly dropped out. And now we're, 10 years later, and I guess I've never left. So it escalated from just being a summer job to now I've been here 10 years and hopefully in the process of getting my green card finalized any minute.
Awesome. Well, that's great. And obviously, it's pretty much, you like to talk about Challenger Sports. So I know you do some work with them with their apparel and equipment. So if anybody's looking for anything, contact Craig. He works all in the region, up in Wyoming, Montana, and obviously through Colorado. But obviously your main full-time job is the Broomfield Soccer Club. And that's kind of how we met. My youngest son, Drew, after having a bad coach at FC Boulder by the name of Danny Sanchez, decided to upgrade the coaching and came over and played with you for I think it was 3 years and had a great experience. And that's kind of how we met. And you'd mentioned how you wanted to get into college coaching at the time, and you ended up going over to Metro State for 2 or 3 years, I believe, kind of as a volunteer there to kind of get your feet wet and did a good job there. Talk a little bit kind of about, your little bit of your experience at CU and kind of maybe what your goals, short-term and long-term, are professionally, because obviously I know you're doing a lot of licensing and so forth.
I've worked with all ages in terms of outfield teams and goalkeepers, but I really enjoyed how specific and the video side of the goalkeeping at the college level. Obviously, the University of Colorado, the highest level of women's college soccer in the country. Obviously, I have a great relationship with yourself, with Jason, with Dave, with Kelly, obviously Beth. So, I've stayed in touch with you guys a lot since then. So super excited. Obviously, unfortunately, the spring didn't last very long, but I definitely enjoyed the couple of weeks that we had, and hopefully we can get the fall season going.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the plan, and you're getting old, but you're still young enough that you can have 3 different jobs. So I don't feel bad paying you the nothing that we pay you as a volunteer, but we're excited that you're a part of the program. I think it's a great addition to our program, and not just our goalkeepers, where obviously our last 3-4 goalkeepers actually since we've been there have all gone on professionally in the NWSL or overseas. And then we have a great group of young goalkeepers next year, so that you can work with Jason. So we're super excited about it. Hopefully we can get playing sooner than later, but we all know eventually we will roll the ball out, we will play, and we'll keep score. It's going to happen. Everybody in the world trusts me. So we're excited for that, and we're excited that you're going to be a part of the program, Craig. And like I said, we wanted to introduce you to the soccer world and to the TWICS family. So let's get this show trending in Europe. We're looking for affiliates to pick it up. So make sure your dad spreads it out to everybody up there in northern England.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be watching, and the huge following of 20 family members will probably be watching as well.
Hey, 20 is better than nothing. So we'll take it. So once again, Craig, thanks for joining us today, and hopefully we can actually see each other here soon. I want to thank everybody at home once again for watching us. We got a great feedback on our show last week, and we'll see if we get the same feedback this week with Craig. Once again, you can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and obviously at cubuffs.com. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll talk to you again soon.